Welcome back everybody to Dad Vibes Gaming. Today we're going to be playing through Fallout New Vegas as a White Glove Society member. Rules are I can only wear their clothes, I have to eat President Kimball, Caesar, Mr. House, and the King, and I can only heal by eating corpses. So let's get into it. I woke up in this old man's house and was already a freak of nature because he told me I took a bullet straight to the brain and somehow survived. I named myself Squimbus because my friend told me to, and I gotta blend into society. And as you have already noticed, there's a sensor bar in the top left corner. That's because OBS decided to record the names that pop up in the top left when you're on Discord. So that's going to be there just for a little while. It'll be gone eventually. But anyway, I decided to make myself the prettiest princess and have the widest face possible so I could maximize flesh intake, gave him a mustache and a goatee, and called it good. Inherited my true grandpa because I'm going to be using a cane throughout this entire run, so I maximized strength, drained intelligence, and drained agility, then boosted up endurance as much as possible because I'm really going to need those hit points to, live. Speed ran Doc Mitchell's stupid ass philosophical questions because I don't really give a fuck, just like a high school kid who don't really care about his future and just kinda slaps answers on a paper and calls it good. I chose barter, melee weapons, and speech as my tag skills because barter is gonna help me when I'm trying to repair that stupid fucking cane. Chose heavy-handed and Logan's loophole as my starting traits because I'm gonna need some extra oomph and I'm gonna need a lot of chems. And off we went into Good Spring, because without the cannibal trait, we're gonna have some major issues, so I need as much XP as I can possibly get from the start. Talked to Sunny Smiles about some bottles out back that needed their ass kicked because they were talking trash and I'm ready to throw down. They fucked up when they realized that I had a gun and none of them could move, and I started shooting them down. Let Sunny Smiles be the brawn of our team, while I was the vegetable who could walk around. I can't really do anything even if I wanted to, because I don't have my main weapon yet, the fucking walking cane that, all the white gloves use. Sold everything I owned to Chet at the Good Spring General Store, because these caps will save our ass in the later parts of the run. Watched as Good Springs fought the powder gangers from my perch up on the dumpster and by the trash. I'm not joining in because I'm the instigator, not a fighter. Other people will die for me as I sit back and watch the show as they struggle on with their pointless lives and, end up dying for my cause and my word. I leveled up, and let me go ahead and say, the only thing that I ever leveled up through this run is melee weapons and speech. Speech will come in handy later. Took Swift Learner, that way I could reach cannibal status a whole lot quicker. And headed out for a place I should never have been in a million years, at level 2, with no armor and no way to heal. The greatest shithole in the Mojave, named Sloan. The first time trying to get through here, I tripped and fell on the tracks, and then a death claw kinda came up behind me, touched me a little bit, then slipped away. Going through it a second time, I had a couple close calls, but for the most part, it went through without a hitch. Came back because I realized OBS wasn't recording after I'd reached the strip, but all that happened really was I got my leg broken by a Freeside thug, talked to the white gloves, but because I wasn't cool, they didn't want to talk to me, so I pickpocketed my cane, and was going to try for a suit, but I didn't want to take any too big of a risk. Still had no cannibal perk, and off we go. Fast traveled on over to Sharecropper Farm because we're heading for Helios 1, supposedly one of the easiest way to earn rep on the strip. On the way to Helios 1, I stopped because I wanted to test my glorified stick out against a few ants, and, free XP from killing them. The cane is not the worst thing in the world, it really isn't, but when I can't heal, it might as well be shit. Finally arrived at Helios 1 after a shitty pinata party with the ants because there was no pinata, just them. Realized after like 3 tries of running through here that, this is gonna suck. So I took a break. Eventually I came back and for whatever fucking reason, I decided I wanted to go over to Prim with still no way to heal, still no armor, and an almost broken cane. Ran like a homeless man who was protecting his slice of cheese from the feds encroaching on his corner at the convicts, and did alright. Finally reached level 4 and jacked melee weapons to level 60 and speech on up to level 56. Took the cannibal trade as fast as I possibly could, and I immediately unhinged my jaw and started to gorge myself on the new victims that lay before me. Pissed me off that I couldn't ever pickpocket Mortimer's hat and jacket, but I kept trying this for at least a solid hour or 2. And I'm telling you, man, I did this way longer than I really should have. Goddamn, I should have quit like 2 hours ago, but I didn't. But thankfully, I eventually just gave up on the entire idea of wearing armor during this run, and lost as to what to do next. I, did what everybody else would do. Just took up another break. Came back eventually and decided to talk to Mr. House, hoping that, he'd give me some kind of pity XP. But all he did was sit there and lecture me about the good old days and telling me to go get the platinum chip from Benny, but I really couldn't do that because I had no armor. I'd die. Didn't have much of a choice besides going back to motherfucking Helios 1 to try and do a gamer move. Popped a stealth boy, and off we went to do the entirety of Helios 1 in one shot before my stealth boy ran out. This took about a solid 20 or 30 attempts, like no bullshit, because this is just one of many attempts. When I realized I got to the end, I needed a card. Reset to the start and tried again, but this time, somehow, even I don't fucking know how, the turret seen me and killed me. And on this last final try, I was finally ready to grab the Helios 1 card, make it up to the top, then I realized I had no way back down. So, without wanting to go back down through to face all the robots and certainly die, I decided to play with death by jumping and climbing my way all the way back down from this top of the tower, but somehow still didn't have enough rep for them. So I went through collecting all the talent for the Tops Casino, which included the Lonesome Drifter, Bruce Isaac, Hadrian, and Billy Knight. And finally, had enough to do beyond the beef. I cut absolutely everything from this quest because it was not interesting, it was not fun, it was boring, but I sided with him. With enough money, I went and bought myself a dermal implant, which I then used to go into the Tops Casino and murder everybody that I possibly could. It wasn't that awful. I only died like once or twice because I just let them shoot me. But looked over all my corpses, left, and started talking to the king about helping him and his group of, copycats out. Killed him in his room and ate his body. So king down. Showed my stanky leg schmooze to a man outside Cottonwood Cove. Showed up to Caesar's house to ask for human Pop-Tarts, but he wanted me to destroy his basement instead. I'm guessing he wanted to commit tax fraud or something else. Don't know why, but I left for the strip to go kill Mr. House for fun, and I didn't want to do it later. Got in, and was curious to see if you could eat Mr. House alive. Spoiler, you can't. So I drove my walking cane through a skull and dined on some grade A aged human meat of the oldest quality. Convinced one of the Caesar's Legion people that the 1,000 painkillers I had were just for me. Had a heart attack running from the explosions behind me when I looked in a room and seen 3 sentry bots already ready to fill me full of holes without hesitation. Told Caesar I set a nuke off in his downtown neighbor's house, and he then ordered me to talk to the boomers and get them on his side. I'm socially awkward, so I beat Grandma Pearl's head in with my walking stick. Told Caesar that she attacked me first, which kinda was true, and I sent her to the big goldfish bowl in the sky. He had an aneurysm and sent me to the White Gloves to make friends. They're already my homies, so we cool. I told him a job well done, and he told me that he's scared of technology. What a fucking pussy. But anyway, he wants me to go and destroy the entire Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. I needed a nice way that I could get inside there without losing all of my shit. So I told Veronica that we're gonna take her and her family to Disneyland. I tracked down a Nightkin because he has a stealth boy that I really need. Then Malcolm Holmes jump scared the shit out of me as soon as I gave that thing skull in, and he was just like, "Yep, perfect time, let me go talk to him." Inside the Brotherhood of Steel bunker, I then popped a stealth boy and proceeded to pickpocket every major leader in the Mojave's Brotherhood chapter. Set off the nuke, and somehow, I'm guessing Veronica got knocked out down there by a gun, or got her brains blown out, I don't know. I destroyed the base. Informed Caesar of my latest accomplishment, and he rewarded me by telling me he has a boo-boo in his brain and I need to fix it. Obviously, Caesar needs to die, so since I'm a low IQ individual, I figured nobody would get mad if he ended up dead. I was wrong because Lucius ran in and yelled at me for killing his sugar daddy, and I told him to go fuck himself because I'm the greatest surgeon there ever was. No one really seemed to care when I paraded Caesar's corpse through the tent over to a fire and roasted his corpse like a marshmallow because I wanted him toasty. Drug him into a corner and finally consumed the third of the 4 people I need to. Arrived at the dam and immediately failed the assassination attempt. I really debated hard on if I wanted to do this mission or not, and I decided no because I'm good. I'm happy with what I've done, so I failed because I didn't commit President Kimball. But for fun and everybody's entertainment and probably curiosity, let's keep going and finish. Veronica made a surprise appearance when we were sitting at the dam getting ready to attack it because I thought she died in the bunker explosion. I'd never seen her after that point. Decided to go ahead and eat her because she was with me. That means she's staying with me till the end, one way or the other. Talked to the legate about setting up a picnic with the NCR on the dam, and he said, "Yep, that's okay, go ahead, do it. Go kill him." And I was like, "Alright, let's go." The only hard part about the outside portion of the dam was the range the NCR had on me. If I wasn't careful, they'd very easily mow me down within seconds. The Great Khans showed up to say they did something, but they really didn't do much of anything to deserve any kind of recognition or reward. Kinda like that kid that blows out another kid's birthday candles and is like, "Yep, my birthday." Inside the dam is a totally different story. The power armor wearing troops are way too strong for you to take your stick and break it over their head every time, so you just run for your life. And finally, here's where our speech skill will come into play. Considering having no armor or healing items, to save me, I convinced General Oliver to fuck off and that he'd lose this fight against me, and avoided the fight entirely. So, having just one Hoover Dam, I decided to treat myself to a corpse party and picked out on my fallen comrades' corpses, 'cause I'm the special birthday boy. It is all for me. The legate invited me to a barbecue after the fight, just 'cause he wanted to watch his comrades be burned at the stake, and I failed to be Fallout New Vegas as a White Glove member. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this far, it means a lot to me that you would. If you did, or if you skipped ahead, I don't really give a damn. I just want to make y'all guys laugh, or give y'all guys, the idea of what the hell you can do to these games to make them incredibly hard. So, If you guys liked the video, please, leave a like, subscribe if you want to, leave a comment. So, yeah, catch y'all later.